Well, some Memphis sanitation workers are continuing a movement that started more than 40 years ago. Sanitation workers marching with signs early this morning. The protest organized because workers say their parent company, Republic Allied Services, is not listening to their demands. One union rep explaining that workers are members of the middle class fighting to make sure they can properly provide for their families.
This company wants to rob these workers of their pensions, put them in a 401k where they would have to make their own retirement security. We have pensions with this company all over the country. They're coming after the guys in Memphis and several other locations, and we refuse to let that happen.
Despite the protest, workers returned to their posts this morning. They say they are headed back to work with good faith that their bosses will now listen to their complaints. Well, it's Tennessee.
Handy. Well, some Teamsters hit the picket line early this morning, protesting changes to their pension. Workers with Republic Allied Waste say they've been in contract negotiations with the company for 3 months now. They tell us that the company is trying to take away the fully funded pension and wants to replace it with the company 401k plan. Republic Allied does work in Germantown and Collierville, as well as for some Memphis businesses.
Hurricane Sandy is already churning up waves in South Florida today. The storm is gaining strength and speed and already slamming into parts of Cuba this morning. Now it's headed toward the Bahamas and then back into the Atlantic with its eye on the northeast. Emergency.
They hit the picket line early this morning, then went to work. Sanitation workers with the Teamsters union staged a practice picket today. Their beef is the change to the company's pension plan.
That's right. This is not the city of Memphis sanitation workers, but other sanitation workers who pick up trash throughout the Memphis metro area. Action News 5's Andrew Douglas is answering questions about what's happening now.
A silent picket line of sanitation workers in Memphis.
To just show a demonstration, some solidarity, to get our message into the community.
Union leaders stage a practice picket line Thursday morning. Then the picketers went to work. The Teamsters union are negotiating a new contract with the parent company of Allied Waste Services.
They got to look beyond the company's point of view and look at our families, our kids, our wives, things of that nature.
Who's Allied Waste Services? They collect waste at hotels, restaurants, and businesses in the Memphis metro area, including Shelby and DeSoto counties. They also collect waste for the city of Germantown, parts of unincorporated areas of Shelby County, and recycling for Collierville. The Teamsters union represents 180 workers here. The AFSCME union covers the residential city of Memphis sanitation workers, and AFSCME is not involved in this dispute.
Everybody knows this is the fourth most dangerous job in America. It's higher, the death and injury rate is higher than being a police officer or a firefighter, and that really shocks people.
The main sticking point in a new deal, Allied Waste Services wants their employees to go from a 100% company-paid pension plan to a 401k plan where the employees contribute and there's a company match. The Teamsters don't want to change and are fighting it.
This is about respect. It's about being able to maintain a middle-class lifestyle.
Allied Waste parent company Republic Services released a statement. Here's a portion. The company has bargained in good faith and is dedicated to reaching a mutually beneficial agreement that respects the rights of all parties, maintains labor, peace, and allows us to service customers if a work stoppage occurs. Republic will work hard to ensure that all routes are maintained and that our customers see no reduction of service, end quote. We'll let you know if both sides reach an agreement. In the studio, Andrew Douglas, Action News 5. Now, sanitation workers in Memphis on the picket line, a practice picket line of sorts, protesting over the pension plans. These sanitation workers are members of the local Teamsters. They're not affiliated with AFSCME in the city of Memphis. The union says Allied Waste is messing with the employees' pension. They want to go from, the company wants to go from the pension to a 401k plan. Now, they serve parts of Memphis and Shelby County, restaurants, businesses, and other hotels in the area. Allied has said in its statement that the company is bargaining in good faith. They're working on an agreement. We will keep you updated on this process. Day 2 of Joe Corona's. Happening now, sanitation workers in Memphis lined up on the picket line for a protest over their pension plans. Amy Spropoulos live at Republic Allied Waste, where those workers are gathering this morning. Amy.
They are indeed. Good morning to you, Andrew. Mid-South sanitation workers are asking for an increase in pay and their pensions to stay intact. They say the company is messing with their livelihood. Joining me now is one of the 180 employees, Mr. Corey Hayes. Thank you for joining us. Tell me why you're here, Mr. Hayes.
Well, I'm here. We're fighting the cause. We've been in negotiations for the past 3 months, and we can't seem to get the company to see things our way. We're here for pride, dignity, and respect, trying to keep our pensions, trying to get better health care and better wages for our families.
Absolutely. And this is something that's going back to, wow, 1968 when we had the sanitation workers strike, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's really sad that we're going backwards. Instead of technology moving forward, we're going backwards to the Martin Luther King days, which is 40, 50 years ago. They had to stand for this same cause under the leadership of President Terry Love in 1984. He told us we should have done it years ago. You know, and I feel it's really sad we're exposed to asbestos, needles, special waste, things of that nature. I think it's the 3rd or 4th dangerous job in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much, Corey, for joining us this morning. I understand you need to go to work. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Again, we're talking about Kim, Andrew, and Lindsay, roughly 180 employees here in the Mid-South. They say they're not threatening to walk off the job just yet. They have 1 week where they will meet with the company headquarters here, and hopefully their demands will in fact be met and the public service will not come to a stop. We are reporting live this morning in South Memphis. Amy Spiropoulos, Action News 5.
All right, Amy, and this morning we're hearing from their heroes.
A live look at Memphis sanitation workers on strike, why they are on the picket line.
Breaking news, sanitation workers hitting the picket line over their pensions. All new reaction from the man leading the protest.
Mid-South parents.
Sanitation workers who serve parts of Memphis and Shelby County are threatening to strike. It's a battle that boils down to their pension plans. Allied Waste Republic Services contracts with the city of Memphis and county schools, city and county schools, as well as several businesses. Those sanitation workers are members of the Teamsters. The union president of the local here says the company is messing with employees' pensions. Negotiations are in progress. Allied says it will ensure there is no work stoppage. And we'll do this morning.
Well, some Memphis sanitation workers are continuing a movement that started more than 40 years ago. Sanitation workers marching with signs early this morning. The protest organized because workers say their parent company, Republic Allied Services, is not listening to their demands. One union rep explaining that workers are members of the middle class fighting to make sure they can properly provide for their families.
This company wants to rob these workers of their pensions, put them in a 401k where they would have to make their own retirement security. We have pensions with this company all over the country. They're coming after the guys in Memphis and several other locations, and we refuse to let that happen.
Despite the protest, workers returned to their posts this morning. They say they are headed back to work with good faith that their bosses will now listen to their complaints. Well, a Tennessee Highway Patrol sergeant walking away from the job after an investigation revealed that he had sex while he was on duty, while he was supposed to be protecting and serving.